So the book I chose was Everett Anderson's Goodbye by Lucille Clifton and illustrated by Anne Griff Balkin. The book starts out and says 1 denial, 2 anger, 3 bargaining, 4 depression, 5 acceptance, the 5 stages of grief of Everett Anderson. 1. Everett Anderson holds the hand of his mama until he falls asleep and dreams about Daddy in his chair and at the park and everywhere. Daddy always laughing or never, just Daddy, Daddy, forever and ever. 2. I don't love baby Evelyn, and I don't love Mr. Perry too, and I don't love Christmas or Santa Claus, and I don't love candy, and I don't love you. Well, Everett, his mama sighs, who do you love? And he cries and cries. 3. I promise to learn my 9 times 9 and never sleep late or gobble my bread. If I can see Daddy and walking and talking and waving his hand and turning his head, I will do everything you say if Daddy can be alive today. 4. Everett Anderson tries to sleep, but it is too hard and the hurt is too deep. Everett Anderson likes his food, but how can a dinner do any good? Everett Anderson just sits staring, wondering what's the use of caring. Then it's just the illustration. 5. After a little bit of time, Everett Anderson says, I knew my daddy loved me through and through, and whatever happens when people die. Love doesn't stop, and neither will I. And then it ends with just a picture of him and his mom. So I felt like this book was good for the separation and loss, and it was specific to death. I felt like it would be good for children 5 through 8, like ages 5 through 8. Just because like the book talked about how a little boy who's grieving, which is Everett Anderson, went through like the different 5 stages of grief, and I feel like you could sit down with a child who's grieving and basically ask them at that point in time, like, what stage or how they're feeling and what stage they feel like they're, like, you can have them point out which stage they feel like they're experiencing, and that'll, like, help you understand kind of what the child's kind of going through, and you can have them, like, explain kind of what emotions go into that, and you can show them, like, it's all right because even this little boy here, Everett, you see him kind of go through a cycle of grieving his father, who's recently passed, and then at the very end, the author concludes by saying he finally has accepted his father's death, and even though his father may be gone, his love isn't, and neither is the son's love for his father. So I just felt like this book would be a good book to use for that, and how it achieves like the different stages of grief, and explaining like it's okay because everyone goes through the grieving process, maybe just a tad different, and experiences different stages at different times, and you could just use that to like help the child move on and move forward within the grieving process, and just let them know that it's okay, like how they're feeling, it's okay to express that.